Welcome, everyone. Good afternoon, or maybe good night, or good day, good morning, based on where you may be joining us from. My name is Kimberly Alonso. I'm the Welcome Center Manager for our PACE New York City campus, and welcome to our Life Outside the Classroom webcast. We are so excited to be joined by a lot of different folks from different departments and organizations on campus who are here to chat and talk all about how to be successful outside of the classroom, because that's a lot of time and hours that involve being a student, not just taking classes. So also to introduce myself, as I said, my name is Kimberly. I'm the Welcome Center Manager for the PACE New York City campus, but while I have the floor, some fun facts. I'm also actually a PACE University alum. I graduated from PACE in 2013 with my degree in communication studies, and I minored in political science. And I also am currently a graduate student at PACE studying for my master's in public administration. So I love PACE. I love chatting with folks about PACE, but I'm actually excited to kick this off and start by introducing our first person who will be speaking with us, Emmett Griffith, who is with the Division of Diversity, Equity, and Inclusion. So I'm going to hand it on over to you.
Awesome, thank you. Hello everyone, my name is Emmett Griffith. I use he, him, his pronouns, and I'm the Associate Director of the LGBTQA Center on the NYC campus. First, I'm going to talk a little bit about the Division of Diversity, Equity, Inclusion, and then highlight some pieces about the center itself. So the Division of Diversity, Equity, and Inclusion is new to PACE. It was developed last year when we hired the first Chief Diversity Officer, Tiffany Hamilton. And there are a couple of departments that fall under the DEI umbrella. This includes offices on both the NYC and Pleasantville campuses. So we have the LGBTQA centers, we have the offices of multicultural affairs, the offices of sexual and interpersonal wellness, and then finally the Office of Institutional Equity and Title IX compliance. I know that's a lot of words right there. Each of our departments focus on different initiatives, populations, and student support at PACE, but we are all dedicated to ensuring a safe, just, welcoming, and inclusive climate for all members of the PACE University community. So first, I want to highlight a new program that the division is hosting this summer. It's called Social Justice and You. It is taking place this July. It's very exciting. It's going to be a 4-week virtual social justice program. If you have any questions, feel free to contact me after this. And it's open to all students at PACE, including incoming first year and transfer students. And now I do want to talk a little bit about the LGBTQ Center itself. So typically we are located on the 9th floor of 41 Park Row, but due to COVID-19, we have shifted most of our programming to a virtual online platform. So the center itself is committed to LGBTQA education, programs, and advocacy, and we do this in a variety of ways. First, we offer training to the PACE University community. 2 of our most popular trainings include Safer Zone, which is an LGBTQA 101, and then Trans 101, which focuses on trans and gender nonconforming identity, best practices, and inclusive tips for folks. The next thing we do is offer programs. So we have a lot of weekly programs happening at the center. We have Out to Lunch, which is a weekly discussion group for LGBTQA folks. Tea Time, which is a group that I facilitate. We have a student here who's going to share a little bit about their experience, and that is for trans, non-binary, and gender non-conforming students. We have Cutie Pot Corner for queer and trans students of color. And then on Fridays, we have Healing Friday, which is a self-care reflective type of space. So in addition to those weekly fun programs, we do a lot of events throughout the year, including drag queen bingo, karaoke nights, queer movie nights, and a lot of other fun stuff too. 2 other important events that happen each year include Q Camp, which is an LGBTQA leadership excursion every year. We go up to Camp Mariah. It's Mariah Carey's camp. She's never there, but we're there, building a community and learning more about LGBTQA identity and leadership. And then another event we do is Lavender Graduation, which is our annual celebration of LGBTQA graduating seniors, as well as highlighting the accomplishments of staff, students, and faculty at PACE who are committed to creating a more inclusive climate on campus. So other things I want to mention too include some leadership opportunities. We have the Queer Leader Program, which is our peer-to-peer education and social justice program. My friend Gab is going to talk a little bit about that too, so I don't want to take too much of their time. And then next, we also have student assistants and graduate assistants who work at the center. So we have some student employment opportunities too. Finally, this summer, for incoming first year and transfer students, we are hosting a series of LGBTQA hangouts for folks to come meet us, learn more about what we do. And we are also hosting Queer Movie Monday and Tea Time throughout the summer. So that is just a glimpse of all of the things that we do. And now I want to pass it off to Gab DeCastro to talk about their experience as a student leader in connection with the LGBTQA Center.
Hi, everyone. Thank you, Emmett. My name is Gab. I use they, them, theirs pronouns, and I'm a rising sophomore on the PACE New York City campus in the School of Education as well as in the Honors College. And the LGBTQA Center has been a huge part of my first year experience. As Emmett kind of mentioned, I was a queer leader, which is part of the leadership programming that we take workshops and do team building type exercises that help us become a better allies and activists for the LGBTQA community and beyond. And being in the Queer Leader Program, I've gotten to meet folks from first years to seniors, as well as meet some of the very active allies in the staff at Pace University. And the great thing about the Queer Leader Program is that you can have any level of experience. As long as you have the passion, you can thrive. So people who are a little more quiet and introverted to people who are very extroverted, people with like laundry lists of experience working in leadership roles, anybody who can be involved. And I also attend the weekly center program Emmett mentioned, Tea Time, which is for trans, gender non-conforming or non-binary folks. And as a non-binary person, it's really nice to be in a space with people who share my experience and to know that that already existed when I came into PACE. It wasn't something that I had to start or facilitate or that students had to lead. It's really nice that there's a staff member who's there leading it and the students can participate as much as they want. And it's also great that the center offers ally days about once a month, so I can bring my friends and coworkers and they come get like a mini crash course on being a better ally to LGBTQA folks, or specifically trans and gender non-conforming folks. And it kind of takes some of that pressure off of me. So there's something for everybody. And it's been really great that the center has continued programming during the distance learning period. I know I was personally very excited that we could continue having Tea Time and some other programs over the distance learning period. We had Lavender graduation virtually, and good thing is that we actually got to merge with the Pleasantville campus. So I get to meet new people and routine of, still having that timed meeting times with the Zoom calls. And just overall, the center to me is really like a second home on PACE's campus. And it's something where I feel like I can feel safe and welcomed and can go to for a variety of things. If it's about myself, something good that's happening, something that's great that's happening on the campus that I think Emmett or another staff member can help with, I know I can go to them. And I think as an incoming student, transfer or first year student, I think it's to your best advantage to attend as many of the center's programs as you would like. And then you can kind of see what works for you. If one of the discussion groups is something that fits your interest, if you like attending the events like drag bingo or karaoke night, just to try to get involved in as many ways as you can. And now I'm going to pass it off to Mimi Fortune, the Associate Director of Development and Campus Activities.
Hi, everyone. My name is Mimi Fortune. I am the Associate Director for Student Development and Campus Activities. I use she, her, hers pronouns. The purpose of our office is to enhance the student experience by providing engaging activities that will help build community and help our students become more well-rounded leaders and individuals. Through our office, we house over 100 student organizations. Some of those organizations are either culturally based, student governance, performing arts. They're ranged in various categories, but students have access to our new platform called Engage, where they'll get to go in and look through all of these student organizations, find out when student leaders are meeting, and connect with them. We also host weeks of welcome at the very beginning of the school year for the entire month of September, where a student gets to participate in social, professional, cultural, all types of events that's going to help them get acclimated to our campus community and introduce them to various campus partners on campus. We have lots of leadership positions within our office, lots of leadership programs. One particular program that I'd like to highlight is our leadership excursion, where we take students to a tri-state area for a weekend retreat. And during that weekend, they learn a lot about social development, leadership theories, and a lot about team development. They come back on campus and they talk about what they've learned, and they use some of the skill sets that they've gained throughout that weekend in their leadership roles. And then the most important thing that we do is that we host the new student orientation program. Here's my shameless plug. If you have not registered for orientation, please do so. Orientation is held through the months of June all the way till the end of July. So if you'd like to register for our program this summer, if you would go on our website, you can find out more information about that. At this time, I would like to introduce Ursa, who is an orientation leader, and she's going to share a little bit about her experience.
Absolutely. Hi, everybody. So I'm Ursa. My pronouns are she, her, and hers. I'm a rising junior this year studying political science and economics. On campus, I work as an orientation leader, like Mimi said, and I'm also the executive parliamentarian in the Student Government Association on our campus. So when I was trying to think of one specific moment or memory that was my favorite about orientation, I had a lot of trouble because genuinely, I say this to everybody, that being an orientation leader is the best on-campus job I have ever had. It is my favorite on-campus job that I've ever had. And a lot of that is because of the amount of growth that I found, not only professionally, but also personally throughout the position. And I think that that's something I really wanted to highlight, is that through SEDACA and through the orientation program as incoming students and as orientation leaders, SEDACA really instills in you a lot of really amazing skills, and it shows you, and especially something for me is that it reminded me to have the confidence within myself. You know, it's a big thing at school, like PACE is so full of different opportunities, and sometimes it can get really difficult to decide which opportunity is right for me or what I want to take. So something that the orientation program really taught me was to understand my why and to trust the process, knowing why I'm doing something, what I want to do it for, and how that's going to get me to where I want to be. And knowing that also has, like I said earlier, given me the confidence within myself. You know, the program really instills, not only within the OLs, but we teach the students this too, is that you are here. It takes a specific kind of student to pick up everything at the age of 18 and move to New York City, and you're doing it. And there's a purpose behind that. You just have to find it, and you're going to succeed in everything. And the different leadership positions and roles that you can take within SEDACA, or even just within participating in the different clubs on campus, is exceptional, because you're learning practical skills that you can use both in the workplace and in your personal life. Thank you.
Ursa. And now I would like to pass it over to Ken Roon, who's the Director of Student Support Services.
Thank you, Mimi. My name is Ken Roon, and I use the pronouns he, him, his. I am the Director of Student Support Services, and we are a federally funded TRIO program that serves 160 students who are first generation, low income, or disabled. Any one of those three, and you're eligible for the program. Our purpose is to help students get through college. It always sounds like it's much easier. College, you're going to get there and it's going to be great. And then there are bumps in the road. So our job is to be there to help students who don't have people at home, who've been through college, to help them get there and get through that. Some of the things, you know, people are highlighting the things we're doing. We're doing a summer bridge program for incoming freshmen. The highlights of that will be meeting current SSS participants, some of our alumni, faculty and staff, talking with financial aid, actually meeting counselors and people, and taking away some of the mystery and personalization that you might see with just an office. Because the people here at PACE, I've been here 2 years, are really great. The students are wonderful. So I'm going to pass it over to Chad. We do a lot of programming throughout the year. Chad Kenner, he's our advisor, and he can tell you a little bit more about some of the programming that we offer.
Hi, I'm Chad Knurk. My pronouns are he, him, his, and I'm the advisor of Student Support Services, or SSS. We're located on the New York City campus. And as Ken said, we work with a diverse group of students who are all either first generation, low income, or disabled. And our students are campus leaders that include the presidents of multiple student organizations, such as American Marketing Association, Student Government, Black Student Union, Commuter Club, and Uplift, which is a student-led organization aligned with the mission of SSS. And each semester we offer a wealth of programming throughout the academic year, as well as the summer. In a traditional academic year, we would normally have in-person workshops on planning future educational costs, time management, considering graduate school. We frequently visit cultural institutions around the city, places that students might not otherwise have access to. We've gone to Cooper Hewitt Museum of Design, the Met, Museum for the Moving Image. We've attended several Broadway shows like To Kill a Mockingbird. We've gone to the American Ballet Theater. So that's just a few of the things that we've done. This summer we're offering a virtual film program for SSS students where we're exploring classic and contemporary films. We're also working, as Ken said, on our summer bridge program, which is called the PACE Engagement Program, or PEP. And that's for incoming freshmen who are eligible for SSS. And then in addition to the mentorship and advising with myself and Ken, we also have peer mentors made up of current SSS participants who are all extraordinary leaders in their own right. One of our peer mentors is with us today, Nicole Ojeda, who, in addition to being an SSS participant herself and a peer mentor, is also the president of the Student Government Association. So welcome, Nicole.
Hi, everyone. My name is Nicole. I use she, her pronouns, and yes, I am a new SSS peer mentor, and I'll talk to you a little bit more about what that means to me. I'm so excited that I actually get to be a mentor this incoming year. I'm going to be a senior, so I think that's, for me, the best way to give back to new students or just students that are figuring their way through college. SSS is one of those things at PACE that will always stick with me because it has always been a resource for me, and also a support, like emotional support. Any type of support really is what it's there for. So I really encourage for all students that are able to apply, because it really becomes like a small second family in a sense. So as a peer mentor, I get to work with Chad and Ken and plan the summer bridge program, reach out to our current SSS participants, and of course, any incoming participants. Of course, I'm here to help. We will be doing virtual office hours where students can come in and we could talk to each other kind of like as peers and have a more comfortable space. I'm really excited to be doing this my senior year, because for me, one of the best and most rewarding things is to help other people. And I know how much SSS has helped me, especially as a first generation college student. Sometimes in many of our family lives, we might not get that extra support, or we might not know what resources or what choices to make. And that's definitely where SSS has been the biggest support for me. And not just myself, but my other peers. I think it speaks a lot that the students within SSS are also student leaders. I am SGA president, and that's been like one of the best privileges I could have being at PACE. And I wouldn't have been able to do that or had the confidence to do that if I didn't have a support system, a real support system somewhere with friends and advisors along the way. So I'm really, really thankful for that opportunity. And, you know, for those of you that are interested or have questions, we're always here to assist you, and please feel free to reach out in any way. We're always here to help. So I welcome you all, and I hope that I see you soon in the SSS program.
Thank you, Nicole. Let's toss it over to Ramon Montague with Athletic Intramurals.
Thank you, Chad. Hi, how's everyone doing? My name is Ramon Montague. I use pronouns he, him, his, and I'm the intramural director here at New York City campus. I'd like to welcome you all to Pace University. All our student service departments are here to assist in making sure you have an enjoyable campus life experience. Our athletics mission will strive to offer athletic opportunities to a wide range of students in an environment where students can achieve academic and athletic goals. It is our hope to have some sort of in-person intramural sporting in the fall, provided it falls in line with CDC and New York State guidelines. We do offer a variety of sports to meet our very diverse set of students on campus. Our fall sports offered are flag football, indoor soccer, badminton, and dodgeball, whereas in the spring we run our basketball, volleyball, wiffle ball, and just recently, indoor tape cricket. The Indoor Tape Cricket League was introduced last spring, and it is now an official club sport team for the university and our first on the New York City campus. There is also a men's soccer club and a few more in the works at our Pleasantville campus. As a club sport, they will travel and play against other teams, just like our athletic teams would do. Our department has 17 teams, 14 of which are sporting teams like men's and women's basketball, baseball, softball, men's and women's lacrosse, just to name a few, and 3 spirit teams that consist of cheerleading, band, and dance and pep band. All our athletic teams are based on the Pleasantville campus, but we do get some games played in New York City. We've had the men's and women's basketball team host games in years past, and we hope to continue this tradition again. There are also trips to basketball and football games sponsored by our student development department throughout the year as well. As for our intramural program, if we are unable to run it in-person leagues, we will have esports online tournaments available for students to play in. Due to the pandemic, we teamed up with a company to offer our students a gaming platform to compete against each other. We've had our students sign up and participated in games like NBA 2K20, Madden 20, Rocket League, Smash Bros, and many more. We plan on continuing our esports not just for the fall, but for the foreseeable future as it becomes very popular amongst our students. We've also recently renovated our entire athletic space last fall at the New York City campus. We've upgraded our weight room, locker rooms, court, fitness center to help meet the current needs of our students. We will be operating in the fall on a limited basis for all our areas due to the current state guidelines. These safety guidelines will be implemented throughout our university and are still being worked on. They should be available shortly for our entire community to see. It is our hope that once it's done, we will still be able to provide students and other members a safe environment to perform their training routine. I'd like to thank you all, and I look forward to interacting with you on your PACE journey. Now I would like to hand it over to Maddie from Education Abroad.
Thank you, Ramon. Hi, everybody. Like he just said, my name is Maddie. I am a study abroad advisor for the New York City campus. Just gonna kind of round everything off. Now, obviously, you hear study abroad. It might be a little, confusing to address it at this time with global travel currently at a halt, and as all of us are generally staying put as we should. But all the same, what is good about this timing is that most students don't start studying abroad at PACE until at least usually their second year. So this is a good opportunity to prepare and become informed ahead of time about what PACE has to offer. So just to go into a little bit of detail, we have hundreds of students, of PACE University students, go abroad every year on many different types of programs. We offer programs in over 50 different countries. There are lots of opportunities for different majors, everything from computer science to theater tech to, just classic business, communications, whatever you like. So just to go into a little bit of detail, we have 3 specific main kinds of programs. We have what is called a faculty-led program. So this is where students will participate in a course on PACE's campus, usually during the fall or spring semester, and then they will study abroad with the PACE professor and usually 10 to 20 other PACE students for the break following that class. So that's usually, fall class, study abroad in January, so on and so forth. We also have the typical semester programs, fall or spring, academic year, and then lastly, we have short programs offered during January or summer break. We have lots of resources available for anyone, students, parents, family to access on our website, which is just www.pace.edu/study abroad. One thing that I really want to plug is we have a scholarships tab, which is dedicated to listing tons of resources for scholarships for students who wish to study abroad. I believe we have over 50 different resources on the website right now. We hope to, send you abroad during your time at PACE. And just to plug, our office is hosting our biannual study abroad fair virtually this semester. That is going to be on September 9th for fall 2020. And there will be details to follow about what that is going to look like, but it will be an opportunity for you as a student to meet with PACE faculty, representatives of our different universities and programs, and just, a great opportunity to learn more about what resources are available to you. So I would like to introduce Mackenzie, who went on a faculty-led program that our office offered, and she has also worked for our office in the Pleasantville campus this past year, helping to advise students just like you. So Mackenzie, I'm gonna go ahead and hand it off.
Hi everyone, my name is Mackenzie, as Maddie said. My pronouns are she, her, hers, and I'm a senior criminal justice major. I was part of a faculty-led program entitled Rome, the Eternal City with Dr. Huntersmark, and something you should know is that Rome absolutely stole my heart, and I spend every day dreaming of the day I can go back. So I could talk forever about it, but I'm going to tell you a few of my standout moments. I have a lot of great memories from the trip, but one of my favorites is my first and last night there. Our residence is a few blocks from the Supreme Court, and if you walk around the Supreme Court, there's a bridge, and you go to the middle of the bridge, and there's this perfect view of Castle San Angelo, Ponte San Angelo, and the Vatican. It hadn't hit me yet that I was in Rome until I walked over this bridge, looked to my right, and saw the sun setting over it all. It was the most beautiful thing I'd ever seen, and I got that elated feeling you get when you finally make it to your destination. On my last night there, I went out to see it one last time, but by then it didn't feel like I was in a new place. It felt like saying goodbye to my new home. I will also never forget Italy's Republic Day. It actually just passed. It's June 2nd. On this specific day, Dr. H brought us to the Coliseum for a parade, and after the parade is over, they drop an Italian flag over the Coliseum. Then there's a display by the Frecce Tricolore, the Italian Air Force, in which 9 planes emitting red, green, and white smoke fly in formation over the monument Vittorio Emanuele II, creating this beautiful design resembling the Italian flag. After stopping for lunch, Dr. H then took us all to the gardens of the Italian president, which is open to the public only on this one specific day. You can walk through, take photos with the guards, and eventually the president comes out and meets everyone, which is really cool. It was a day of Italian pride, and it was just really awesome to be there, seeing someone else's version of their Independence Day was so cool. I also have to mention, because I'm Catholic and grew up in the church, that being less than 10 feet from Pope Francis was surreal. Dr. H had gotten us invitations and we were able to see him in his Pope mobile, and he gave a little shout out to Pace. It was really cute. And one more honorable mention, the first time I had gelato, because there are no words. Anyway, when I started PACE, I didn't think studying abroad was really in the cards for me, but now I can't imagine my PACE experience without it. Studying abroad has made me more confident, more independent, and a little bit adventurous, which is saying a lot for me because I'm kind of a cautious person. But you spend time on your own, you talk to new people, try new things. It's exciting. And if you can do it, and you'll just feel like you can take on anything. Studying abroad taught me that I was more capable than I was giving myself credit for. And I also found something I really enjoy, learning about different cultures, trying new things, and most of all, gelato. Anyway, I highly recommend that you add studying abroad to your PACE path, because who knows what it'll do for you. Lastly, I just want to thank you for having me and allowing me to speak about something I hold so dear to my heart.
Thank you so much, Mackenzie. That was beautiful, really, honestly. We're just going to go ahead and hand it back to Kim now.
Thanks, everyone. I just learned so much about a campus that I love so much, so I'm so excited that I get to be a part of this. And this is now the questions portion, so if folks have questions for anyone that you've heard so far talk about any program, or if there's something you didn't hear about, now is definitely the time to pick our brains, ask us all the questions that you have about life outside of the classroom. I have some questions prepared, but I'm really just blabbing on right now to see if anyone types a question in our chat. But as folks are maybe typing those questions out in the chat, I'll start us off with a question for Ursa, only because I was an orientation leader myself, and the way you talk about it, it's the way I remember it as well. So excited to hear that. But I would say, Ursa, for a student who you meet at orientation who wants to get involved, what is your recommendation? What is the first thing they should do if they want to get involved on campus?
Totally. So honestly, the first thing that I tell everybody is to join what was OrgSync but is now Engage. It's kind of like our website that has kind of like Facebook pages for every single student organization on campus. And to just go through that website, and honestly, what I do and what I recommend is to click the all button, and you see all of them by alphabetical name, and just click on ones that like spark your interest. Like if anything even sounds remotely like interesting, go ahead and click join. And then later on in the semester, you can go to a few meetings, realize, hey, this one's not for me, and unjoin. So you can really filter out the like organizations and activities that you receive. And then obviously after that, my next recommendation is that every semester at the beginning of the semester, we always do a really large activities fair. And that's also another really cool place to go and meet a bunch of different student leaders within the organizations. And I would definitely tell students to go and look outside of their comfort zone because it's college and it's new. You don't have to keep doing everything that you did in high school. And it's also a time to expand. So maybe you didn't get to, really look into your artistic side in high school, but you want to do that now. We have so many different clubs for so many different people. And if you don't find something you're looking for, we're always adding new clubs, and there's a really cool way to add more clubs and start your own.
Thank you. That was a great kind of summary of all of that. Did I see a question? Yes. So someone asked a question, Emily, thank you for asking. I was just wondering, how do you get involved in Greek life on campus? Ursa, if you want to take this one.
Yeah, absolutely. So our campus does spring recruitment. And so throughout the fall, new incoming freshmen can go to different activities that the sororities and the frats put on for to like meet the sisters or brothers. And then they do formal recruitment in the spring semester. And throughout the fall and right before recruitment starts, you'll get a bunch of emails and people asking you to sign up. And I believe we currently have 3 fraternities and 3 sororities, if I'm correct, but there might be a few more fraternities that I'm missing.
So thank you. That is a great way to get involved, is getting involved with Greek life. So also thank you, Emily, for asking that question. And I now have a question for Emmett. You talked so much about different programming that the center offers. So what is the best way that folks can stay in touch and keep up to date on that programming?
Absolutely. So the best way is through Instagram. So you can follow us at LGBTQA NYC. And if you're interested on Pleasantville's campus in relation to their programming, LGBTQA PLV, that is the best way to stay up to date. And we will be also using Engage to send out weekly messages to our listservs as a way to learn about what we're up to. So I would say Instagram for sure.
Thank you. And so just a reminder that folks can be asking questions. I'm just curious and using this time to ask all the questions I have. Just personally, I'm just so curious what everyone's up to and what programmings are going on. And then I have more questions. So for the SSS office, a very kind of beginning question is, how do I apply?
Send me an email and I'll happily send you an application. Our applications are online now, so I send you a link. You just fill it out and we get the DocuSign back as soon as it's done. It's great. We're processing them fairly quickly this summer, so hopefully we can get back to you. If you're first gen, it's defined as students who neither parent has a bachelor's degree or higher. So your parent could have gone to college. They could have just gone to community college. They could have gone to trade school. My mother went to nursing school and my father went to community college. So I'm technically a first generation college student. And if low income students often ask that, a good indicator is if you're getting a Pell Grant. A lot of you, if you've received an email from me, I sent over a couple hundred emails out the other day. You might have gotten an email with the application, along with a description about what we're doing with PEP, but feel free to follow up and we're really happy to work with you. And if you're not eligible, you know what, we will gladly refer you to offices and resources that will help you on campus. So you are never, ever going to be alone on this campus. There's always somebody there to help you.
Thank you, Ken. And I just realized my mom also went to nursing school and my dad also went to a trade school. So that makes me first gen too.
Yeah, it does. First gen, and the other thing is PACE is really well known. There are lots of first gen faculty and staff. We have a large number of first gen students, and PACE is ranked very highly for upward mobility for graduates. So that's a really great thing. I talked to one of our recent graduates. He is starting graduate school in September, and he's really excited.
Thank you. That's always exciting to hear, is continuing school. I work with a lot of the tour guides in the Welcome Center. And when I hear that, I'm like, you're right there with me. You think I'm really old, but we're doing grad school together. So for our next question, Maddie, if you could talk a little bit more about studying abroad, what are the ways that people can study abroad? Is it just for a semester? Are there different places that we partner with?
Sure. So yes, we have a ton of universities all over the world that we work with, everywhere from Europe to Asia. Students can go to these specific universities and they can study there as a student, which I always highly recommend as a great way to get, fully immersed in the culture, is to register at a specific university and take classes. Students can also do the more faculty-led programs like the one that Mackenzie went on, where you go with PACE students and with PACE staff. So you have that, kind of more guided experience. So really depending on what kind of, program or experience you're looking for, we have programs that are more tailored to you personality-wise. Obviously, we also take into account the major, where you would like to go, how long you want to go for. I would say the shortest program that we offer for study is we have some programs where the students go abroad during the spring break. So that's usually around a week, I believe. And then we have some students have actually done a full academic year. We've had students do like an academic year and a summer. So it's kind of, however long you want to go abroad for, we have plenty of opportunities for you as well. And just to plug, because I know Ken mentioned the Pell Grant just now. So as just a side note, if you are a Pell Grant recipient, there is something called the Gilman Scholarship, which is a scholarship for study abroad specifically for Pell Grant recipients. So if you are a specific major, if you receive specific financial aid, if you're going to a specific country, there are scholarships available for you specifically, and our office would be happy to help facilitate, help you write essays, help you apply for whatever you need to make sure that you have, the best program experience possible.
Thank you. That's a whole bunch of information. And for our next question for Ramon, I have questions about the gym. One, where is it? And are there group classes for students?
Hey, Kimberly. Yeah, sure, no problem. Yes, the gym is located at One Pace Plaza. That's the main building. It's on the C level on the west wing of the building. Like I said, we just renovated a space in the summer, brand new weight room, locker rooms, men, women, all gender. It's really nice. It's really a shame what we're going through today and not being able to be down there. And, you know, I know everybody loves to do it and get a time to just go and blow some steam. And, you know, it's really like a social community down there. Everybody knows each other. You know, we got the performing arts kids, you know, they're always down there. They're always working out together. So missing forward, going back to seeing that. As for group classes, we offer a lot of group classes for not just the students, but also for the faculty and staff members. Yeah, so we've teamed up with HR, and we have like a wellness committee. We've actually been doing that since the pandemic on Zoom. So even though, you know, it used to be we meet in person, but we're still doing it throughout everything. When we shut down in mid-March, we're still doing it online. So if anybody wants to, you got to be a paid student, you got to, you know, do a bunch of stuff first to do it. But once you come here, you'll be able to join in any class that we offer here.
That's good to know that even there's still happenings virtual. I love that.
Yeah.
And I'm going to open the floor now that we have a little time left. If there's anything that anyone still wanted to plug, any programming, any stories or special moments that you wanted to talk about, I want to give everyone a chance. I know that I kind of took the floor and said a whole lot and asked a whole lot. Or if there's any questions that folks will be asking. Or if we just said a whole lot and you were writing a lot down for our attendees and you're like, oh my God, they're saying so much. No worries, this will be up on our YouTube channel, and we will also be having more recordings up there from different events. So if you are unable to make any of our future ones, you'll be able to see those on YouTube. And we really hope that we see you for more virtual events and that we see you in the fall on campus and that we get to welcome you to PACE, not only in this virtual way, but also in person. But thank you everyone so much for sharing so much about life outside of the classroom. It's probably a majority of what life is at PACE, so it's really important that students find success outside of the classroom. And I'm sure with all of the information that everyone shared that we got a whole lot of successful PACE students in the future that are going to be on campus soon. So thank you everyone. I'm going to say goodbye because I've blabbed on a lot and I think we are all good with questions, but I'll wave and I'll end us all. Thanks everyone. Bye guys.